Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. Let's talk about the moment that almost happened. You were walking past someone who looked like they were carrying the weight of the world, and something in you stirred. You felt the impulse to smile, to speak, to reach out. Maybe just a hand on their shoulder, maybe a simple, "Hey, I see you." But you didn't. You hesitated. You questioned. You questioned the moment. You second-guessed your role in it. And then it passed. Gone. Like smoke in a breeze. This episode is about that moment. Not to guilt you. Not to shame you. But to bring it back to life. Because that impulse you felt, it mattered. Even if it didn't make it into action, it was a signal from the deeper part of you, the part that knows you are here to love, to connect, to heal. Even in small passing ways. So let's go into it together right now. We rarely talk about the things we almost did, the kindnesses we considered, the courage we nearly offered, the mercy that we nearly extended, the gentle words that almost left our lips. But these near misses matter. Not because we should beat ourselves up over them, but because they show us what we're capable of. Sometimes we learn just as much from what we didn't do as from what we did. That impulse you ignored, it was the thread, and it's still dangling there, waiting to be picked back up. We often assume they wouldn't have wanted my help, or it's not my place, or what if I make it worse? So we play it safe. We tuck the thread back in our pocket. But your soul remembers. And more importantly, so does theirs. Even when someone doesn't get our kindness, they can still feel that something almost came. And sometimes that almost kindness, the thing they almost received, becomes its own kind of ache. Let's get honest. Why don't we follow through? Because we're afraid of rejection, of awkwardness, of overstepping, afraid we'll seem weak or weird or naive. But can I tell you something? Just between us. The world needs more people willing to look naive in the name of love. More people willing to risk a weird glance if it means someone else might feel less alone. And you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. Kindness doesn't require a flawless delivery. It just requires presence and intention. Sometimes the best thing we can do isn't smooth or eloquent. It's simply sincere. And And here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in regret. Every moment is a new chance to say, next time I'll follow through. Next time I'll smile. Next time I'll stop. Next time I'll listen. Or next time I'll say it, even if my voice shakes. You don't have to fix the past to change the pattern. You just have to let love drive you a little more than fear does. And you make that choice. You know? It's choice. And here's something else. Sometimes the thread comes back around. You run into that person again. Or someone else ends up needing the exact thing you were once too scared to give. And now you're ready. That's the grace of the thread. It doesn't disappear. It just waits. And it weaves back in when the time is right. You may never know what your kindness does, but you can always know that it matters. The kind word you give might keep someone from giving up. The smile might break a chain of self-hate. The simple, hey, I'm glad you're here, might be the first good thing someone has heard in days. And even if it feels small to you, it might be the exact right-sized kindness that someone else needed to keep them going. It's not for you always to see. So don't underestimate your power. Don't let self-doubt keep you from reaching across the invisible space between souls. That space, that's where the love thread lives. You feel it all the time. And every time you cross it with intention and tenderness, you're changing something. Even if you never, ever see the outcome. That's not important. It's that it's there, that you did it. This week, I want you to catch yourself in the act. Be conscious, be aware. Catch yourself when you feel the impulse to love. And this time, follow it. Don't wait for the perfect words. Don't wait for a sign, because you are the sign. Your love is the message, and your courage to act is enough. It's magical, guys. You don't have to be bold, just honest, just present, just willing. Let your almost kindness become actual kindness. Let the thread that almost slipped become the thread that mended something. Let the love you almost gave become the love someone finally received. Because guys, here's the truth. You are already enough to make a difference. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be flawless. And you don't need a perfect script. Just show up. Just love. Just follow the thread. The threads that you feel every single second of every day. We'll weave it together. One small moment at a time. I am so glad that you guys come here, that you listen to this stuff. I am so glad. And I will see you next time. I love you all very, very, very much. And you know what I need from you. Go out and pass that on, please. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.